As a distraction, I suppose, from diphtheria, Suella Braverman is now planning to wheel out her list, as I predicted a week ago or so, of countries that she regards as safe and therefore that will allow for fast deportation. Those countries are all European countries. They're listed in the Nationalities and Borders Act. Now, of course, they only exist there because the Nationalities and Borders Act at that point is reproducing a version of the Dublin regulation, which recognised that European land was essentially safe. Even then, there was the Spanish protocol, which recognised that it is possible for a country within Europe to mistreat one of its citizens and therefore to permit it is permissible for one of European citizens to seek asylum in another European country. Now, of course, that will not be permitted in Suella Braverman's cut and paste law. It's a completely abhorrent law, and she intends to add countries like Albania to this list. Well, what I want to know is, why is this list not including the USA, Canada, New Zealand, Australia, other presumably safe countries? And what determines whether a country is safe or not? So while the list is simply and exclusively European, to which she wishes to add a few extra countries like Albania, it is an abnormality, it is an aberration, it is simply wrong, and more than that, it's simply pandering to the racism that she has stirred up. There are good reasons and there are good ways to sort out the Albanian problem, and that can best be sorted out by having feet on the ground in Albania and by putting into Albania a visa application process. There isn't one. There is no safe and viable route for people to come from Albania to Britain. There is no safe and viable route for people to come from Libya to Britain. There is no safe and viable route for people to come from Syria to Britain or Afghanistan to Britain. These routes no longer exist, or are so difficult to engineer that you cannot use them. In most countries where there is a safe and viable route, as for example in Russia, bizarrely, you have to apply from Russia. So if you have fled Russia, you can't apply. And the same goes for a number of other safe and viable routes. The whole system is fraught with chaos, partly because the Home Office outsourced its visa application process. So in a way to save money, the Home Office has actually riddled itself with chaos. And it pays money to France because, I presume because it's a short trip from Britain to France. Well, refugees and migrants also know that. The money should not be paid to France. The money should be paid to countries where this problem can be tackled at source and tackled cheaply at source. We are wasting our money by throwing it at the Calais police.